I obviously know all the institutional investors in this deal. We all look like idiots. Let's put that on the table, okay? We relied on each other's due diligence, but we also relied on another investment theme that I felt drove a lot of interest in FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried is an American. His parents are American compliance lawyers. There were no other American large exchanges to invest in if you wanted to invest in crypto as an infrastructure play.
Shark Tank celebrity Kevin O'Leary has revealed that collapsed cryptocurrency exchange FTX paid him just under $15 million about a year ago to become its spokesperson. In a Thursday interview with CNBC, O'Leary discussed his involvement with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. According to the renowned Canadian venture capitalist, he and the other venture capitalists and big institutional investors mostly relied on each other's due diligence. They invested almost solely because SBF is an American, and his parents are American compliance lawyers. His statements bring to mind comments from MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor during a recent interview with PBE Podcast. While commenting on why big institutional players had so much trust in an unregulated offshore exchange, Saylor stated that most of the VCs just wanted to get on board the next big thing in crypto without doing any due diligence. And Kevin O'Leary's comments in the CNBC interview prove exactly that. In his interview, O'Leary also discusses his crypto journey, from describing the industry as garbage in 2017 to investing over $10 million in FTX in addition to his other cryptocurrency investments. We will now take you through this highly explosive interview on the FTX collapse. Please watch the video to the end as we also bring you reactions from Binance Chief Executive Officer Changpeng Zhao and some accusatory tweets from SBF aimed at CZ. To contribute to the channel's growth and help the video reach more people, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. We appreciate the support. Thanks and enjoy the video.
I recall that conversation, calling it garbage, right here on this show in 2017. That was a time when a New York hotel was being tokenized here, and I was looking at that, and the regulator let me know they were not happy with that idea. And that's when I stepped away from this, because clearly the regulatory environment was not prepared. Then facts changed. I saw the Canadians issue the first ETF with Bitcoin is underlying, ethereum, then Switzerland opened up, then Australia opened up. And then I said, wait a second, world's changing, I got to be an investor. And that started my journey. I'm an investor in the largest regulated exchange in Canada, called WonderFi. The wallets are called BitBuy. We're regulated by the OSC. I have my accounts up there. Right. But I felt that getting involved when I was approached with Sam Bankman-Fried, that I could get an inside seat on what was considered then. And I got to tell you, the institutional interest in FTX on the U.S. equity was unbelievable. The amount of people that approached me saying, how do I get a piece of this deal? And I said at that time, I am a paid spokesperson. I cannot bring you as an LP. Not a single dollar that I lost is anybody else's money except mine. That's important for me because that's an issue.
How much were you paid?
Total deal was just under $15 million, all in, including a bunch of agents that I had to pay because I needed SAG-AFTRA release to be able to do commercials for it, and when I did that. I put about $9.7 million into crypto. I think that's what I've lost. It's all at zero. I don't know because my account got scraped a couple of weeks ago. All the data, all the coins, everything. So then I lost the money I invested in the equity as well. Those are zeros too. It was not a good investment, Andrew, okay? I don't make great investments all the time. Luckily, I make more good ones than bad ones, but that was a bad one. I obviously know all the institutional investors in this deal. We all look like idiots. Let's put that on the table, okay? We relied on each other's due diligence. Look, at the end of the day, to say that there was no CFO is also a bit of a falsehood. This was a nascent industry with a disruptor at its helm, creating positions that didn't have traditional names, okay? That's just the way it was. In retrospect, yes, it's a mistake. However, I feel obliged at this point to go to the end of this, particularly—
What does that mean?
It means that I need to find where the money went. I'm going to start with my own journey, with my own account. Bankman-Fried reached out to me last Saturday, and I said, look, Sam, I am just one investor, but my account has a zero in it, and there are no accounting records. Where did the money go? And to the extent you can help me, point me in the direction, because I will, on behalf of every other shareholder, go find where this money is. The next day we talked for over an hour, and he walked me through his scenario, and I learned a lot.
Oh,
now,
so I don't.
Sorry?
What did you learn?
I learned, first of all, I said, what was the large drawdown of your capital? Where did the cash go? One of the biggest uses of cash was to buy back his shares from Binance, which owns 20% of his exchange. And the reason he had to do that, according to him, was that every time they applied for a license anywhere, the Know Your Client got jammed up with Binance, where the ownership is opaque. And he had to buy it back. That cost him a lot. Couple of $1 billion.
But do you think that he was taking customer funds to do that?
Yeah. Did he take that money from customers to get it?
Well, the only way to answer that question, and I told him, and he agreed. I said, look, Sam, you start this journey with me, and wherever the chips fall, that's on you. Because, we're talking about this. I'm going to pursue it. I agreed last night when Pat Toomey called me to sit on that committee next week. I will be a witness there.
You plan to testify?
I've agreed to testify. He called me last night around 8 o'clock. I agreed to testify.
Binance co-founder and chief executive officer CZ has responded to Kevin O'Leary's CNBC interview via a series of tweets. The Canadian-Chinese business executive responds to SBF and Kevin O'Leary's accusations that Binance might have been involved in the FTX collapse. Here are his tweets. It seems $15 million not only changed Kevin O'Leary's mind about crypto, but also made him align with a fraudster. We exited FTX 1.5 years ago in July 2021. Since then, FTX has invested in a myriad of companies, totaling $5.5 billion. On top of that, FTX spent money on Miami Stadium, multiple Super Bowl ads, baseball referees in F1, not to mention massive political donations and luxury real estate, and reprehensible misuse of customer funds. Worse than losing $15 million, you'd think that being used as the poster child for one of the greatest financial crimes in history would make Kevin O'Leary think twice before taking Sam at his word again, but clearly not based on his appearance on CNBC. CZ also comments on O'Leary's failure to do his due diligence before investing millions of dollars into the failed cryptocurrency exchange. Unlike O'Leary, CZ says Binance continued to do due diligence even after investing in FTX and exited when they became increasingly uncomfortable with SBF and Alameda Research. Here are more tweets from the thread. Sam was so unhinged when we decided to pull out as an investor that he launched a series of offensive tirades at multiple Binance team members, including threatening to go to extraordinary lengths to make us pay. We still have those text messages. Shortly after that, Sam began investing in friends in high places, from media to policymakers and celebrities like Kevin. He used that network to manipulate public opinion, including attacking me and others in the industry. My ethnicity was a focus of those attacks, and O'Leary signaled his intention to continue those attacks in the media and will likely repeat them at next week's Senate hearing. I'm Canadian, and Binance is not a Chinese company. You don't have to be a genius to know something doesn't smell right at FTX. They were 1/10 of our size, yet outspent us 100-to-1 on marketing and partnerships, fancy parties in the Bahamas, trips across the globe, and mansions for all of their senior staff and his parents. Steve Z concludes his tweets by reminding O'Leary that Binance is licensed to operate in over 13 countries, including Poland, New Zealand, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, South Africa, and Canada. So they couldn't have been blocking FTX's bid for licenses. He also asks O'Leary to look at SBF or a mirror if looking for culprits on which to pin the FTX collapse. CZ's tweets have over 1,600 replies, some of which are from SBF. His replies read, "You won, CZ. There's no need to lie now about the buyout. We initiated conversations around buying you out and decided to do it because it was important for our business. And while I was frustrated with your negotiation tactics, I chose to still do it. You threatened to walk at the last minute if we didn't kick in an extra $75 million. We did it anyway because this just made us feel more confident we didn't want Binance on our cap table. But again, none of this is necessary. You won." In another tweet, he writes, "Among other things, as you know, you didn't even have the rights to pull out as an investor unless we chose to buy you out. Much of the tokens were still locked." And here is CZ's reply to those allegations. "You can't force us to sell if we don't want to. Also, we have the veto right to block any further fundraising you were doing. Never used or mentioned it. It was never a competition or fight. No one won. Don't try to tell your friends to focus on us. Focus on yourself. You should have learned that by now." What do you think about these heated exchanges between the trio as O'Leary and SBF prepared to appear before a U.S. House committee on Tuesday? Please drop your thoughts, comments, and observations in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other crypto-related videos. Thanks for watching.